Hi, the collective. My name is Aruna from All Change by the Minute. Today, I want to talk about people wearing a mask and not being able to take it off. The maze of life. So let's start, okay? All my life, I was put in a massive maze where people put me with their illusions and not willing to take their mask off. A maze where I couldn't find my way out because of the awful situations I have been put through. Not one of them were meant to stay in my life. I didn't see through the deceits and all of the trauma I went through as a child. At times, it felt like a horror movie with no nice ending. A life full of illusions and people wearing masks and not being able to put it off themselves. I remember trying to eliminate the illusions by telling the truth and them thinking I was the horrible one for speaking the truth. For every time I got sucked into someone's life full of drama and they believed with all of their heart that I was the crazy one, while they were the ones living in their illusions. A dark place where there was no way out and keeping me stuck with them in their maze of life. For them, this maze was invisible, for they couldn't see the things they did to people was wrong in that very moment. Too much ego and pride can destroy your life by staying stuck and still not noticing there was something wrong in their behavior towards others. Their will was law. I tried to find my way out of this maze, what was created by others, after taking distance from those people, and every time I succeeded. The maze was not an actual maze, but it was the illusion itself. I experienced a few years ago a dream about being in a maze and not being able to walk or run through it myself, and thinking I would never get out of it. I woke up by speaking the word illusion in my head, a sign from my ancestors, spirits, whatever you may call it. It was a sign to wake up in life and that it was time to come out of this maze. This wasn't my first contact with my spirits, with God, but nonetheless, I heard it very clear and loudly. As I got emotional because someone finally understood me, but none of them were humans with a body in my earthly life. So I cried. I focused on listening one more time and heard it one more time again, the word illusion. And that was my proof of believing in a life beyond us to believe in. Even though not invisible, but still could be reached if you were open minded about this existence. True as it is, still, this story isn't about my dear angels, but coming out of a dark place that was called the maze. Your whole life is put on hold, but by not taking actions on the things that matters to your inner self. Roaming around on a path, not knowing where it will take you. And at the same time, knowing you don't belong in that maze, what was created by others, but going beyond it and seeing a way out of it, with a big help from my spirits. The only way out is you changing your perspective about life gave you and the feeling you had while maneuvering through this maze. This maze is created all in your head. You finally waking up to the idea that is actually a mental imprisonment, like being incarcerated in your own mind, instead of a jail. You will find that you can design a whole nother life for yourself by you changing your mind about the terrible maze for yourself. That is the illusion that has been created by yourself eventually and by others. It is all in your head. By asking yourselves questions you don't have the answer to, or just by being in your own confusion, by not taking any actions about that specific thought. People who are not woken don't know they are stuck in their way of doing things. That's not the only problem. It is all about how you handle yourself, is how you handling also others in a manner you've learned yourself a whole lifetime. And now it is time to free your mind of all of the illusions, what has been produced mostly by others because of not willing to compromise and taking an authoritative attitude. You thinking they are the boss of your life because they are not bossing up on their own, too weak to handle the truth as it is. While this is the only truth, you are not someone else's confusions. Staying in a state of confusion makes you stay stuck in your mind. And that is also the maze what was created by your own illusions. The biggest illusion even is fear itself. Fear of what people may think of you, but mostly the fear of change. Total freedom is where your mind and your heart want to be. Don't ruin your chance to create that for yourself. You own it to yourself and to others. For that, there wouldn't be friction between people. Find your way out through that maze. I've been running through my maze for many years like others, but I could manage to find my way out of it because I was warned by my spirits. Some will stay stuck in their pride and ego and not wanting to admit, I'm sorry, they were wrong all along. But it's fine by me. I know the truth as it is, my truth. For I am not the one living in illusions. It is your mind what put fear in your heart. As long as you don't fall for illusions, you can fall for anything. So illusions are not for real people. And don't be the maze runner of your own life, okay? I hope you enjoyed my podcast. Thanks for listening again. Until next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you will get the notifications when I put another content on my channel. Have a nice day, okay? Later. Bye.